Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to my channel at CA Visual Productions. And today's video, I'm going to briefly talk on a piece of studio gear that I've recently acquired, which will be the Tascam CD memory player. Now, the memory player is basically a player of all trades where it has different inclusions on playing a CD, MP3 discs. It can also play from an SD card, and it can even interface with Bluetooth, and has an aux jack for plugging in, say, a phone or other audio device to the unit. This here is a playback only unit mostly. It does have capability to record, but only to the SD card. So the unit has AM FM tuner, so that means I can tune into a radio station with this unit, and if I chose, I can record from that to the SD card. That may come in handy for certain applications that I may eventually utilize in my studio. So we're going to do a quick rundown of the unit and show, well, at least show how it powered it on. And then I also acquired an optional accessory for this unit, the Tascam Ethernet control card, which is basically an interface that is installed inside the unit to where I can control it over the network whenever the unit is in use, to where I don't have to do everything from the controls on the unit itself. I can just control it from the computer. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get right into it. Okay, here's a full shot of the unit sitting right here. As you can see, it has a CD slot for your CDs and stuff, and has your transport controls, play, stop, pause, and your dials and other little knobs and buttons that control whatever you need to do with the unit. I mean, it's basically just a playback unit, so it's not like a heavy set piece of gear. But if you need a player only unit to test things with, like say you bought a new CD and you want to do a quick rundown on what it can do, and well, basically to know what it sounds like and what how the CD is, it's a good way to do that. Or if you just need a player to play in a room where you're not doing anything, or you're in between projects, that would be a good way to do it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this unit around. I know it's on the table, so it's not quite the ideal surface, but it will do for today at least. I'm still working on my setup here in this studio, so just bear with me here. And here's the back side of the unit. The unit has a professional jacks for connecting your audio cable, XLR cable, your typical 3-prong plug, and AM FM connector over here on the left side. And what we're going to focus on here is this port right here where it says Control IO. This is where the Ethernet control card that I recently got as an optional accessory was going to be mounted here. So we will get to that and we will see how all this works out. Alright, now that we got the Control IO section exposed here, we're going to go ahead and loosen these screws here one at a time, so that way we can slide the plate off that's covering the internals. There we go. Of course, being gentle here. Here it is. This is the dummy plate, and of course on the back you have a little connector here that's connected to this wiring right here. So all that needs to be done here is to simply disconnect that. There we go. That came on pretty easily. And then set that aside. And then here we got this is the Ethernet board here. This here has the Ethernet port on it, which means you can connect it to the local network, and you can control this unit from your computer or whatever whatever system you are using. So with that, here is the connector on the end right here. This is where that connector will connect to this here. There we are, nice and connected. All we do now, slide this unit back in. Okay, there we are. There we go. Okay, there we are. And all we do now is just put the screws back in here. And there we are. The Ethernet card has now been installed. And pretty soon it will be ready for network control once we get an Ethernet cord hooked up to it, which I don't have set up in here yet, but that will be forthcoming. Okay, well, the Ethernet network card has been installed, and I've turned the unit back around to the front side, and we're going to just power it on briefly and watch everything come up. Okay, it's in CD mode, and just going to put the disc in here just to check its operation. And of course, nothing will come out of it sound wise because I don't have nothing hooked up with it, but just to test it to make sure it's functioning like it should. Okay, there we go. And push the play button. Okay, and of course it would be playing now if we had speakers. So since we don't, there's no need to let it play, just to test. And we've done that. Go ahead and eject. Quick eject, which is nice. And that's it for the little demo for this little unit. So expect to see this unit more once we get it set up in the actual production environment, which will hopefully be pretty soon. Well, that should be it for this little video today. Basically, I was just checking out the CD player and installing the Ethernet card, and of course testing to make sure it comes on and does what it should with CDs and everything else. Not necessarily a review of the unit, but basically just to show it off. I mean, I haven't seen many reviews of this unit on anywhere online as much, except for the manufacturer's own website. But it's pretty decent little unit, and it'll come in handy if I need, say, some clips from certain CDs or things I need to incorporate into the studio. So I believe in time that once we get production going in here, the unit will be in operation. There'll be more video of this unit and other gear in operation. So either way, this will be it for today, and thank you for watching. Slowly but surely we'll get things off the ground, and we're going to start producing things for this channel that I know that you will enjoy watching and that I will enjoy producing. So until next time, have a blessed day, and thanks again for watching. See you next time.